This is me, Mohammed Hassan Businesswala, and I am a student of Rehan School, Lahore campus, level 1 student batch 4, and I am
Hey
currently from
everyone,
Lahore, Pakistan.
sounds like you're all set to go
So,
live. So,
hello everybody, and hello Miles.
hey, glad to be here. Ready when you are. What's the plan for the live stream today?
Okay, so today I have a very
Well,
special.
smash.
Today have a very special topic. So today topic is how to register your business legally, step by step, startup guide 2026.
Ooh, that's a good one. Very practical. Legal stuff can be a headache, so breaking it down step by step is smart. Where do you want to start with it?
Okay, so first of all, my first question is what is business registration?
Okay, fair enough. All right, business registration. Okay, so basically, business registration is the process of officially recording your business with the government. It's like uh, making it real in their eyes. You know, it gives you a legal identity as a business, lets you operate legally, and opens doors for things like bank accounts and licenses. It's different depending on the type of business and where you are, obviously, but fundamentally, it's about formalizing things. And does that make sense?
Yes, makes sense. So,
Cool. So then the big
so next is why is important?
okay, so you're asking why it's important to register.
Yes,
Good question. Honestly, a bunch of reasons. First, it's the law. Operating without being registered can lead to fines, penalties, and even legal trouble. More than that, though, it builds trust with customers and suppliers. It shows you're legit. Plus, it's almost impossible to get business loans or open a business bank account without being registered. Basically, it unlocks a lot of doors and protects you down the line. Does that cover it?
yes, cover. So my next question is
Good. Okay, so we're
what
laying the
what
groundwork.
happen if business is not registered,
Okay, got it. You mean what happens if a business isn't registered? Fair
not
enough.
not registered?
Okay, not registered. Got it. Sorry about that. Okay, so if a business isn't registered, you run into a lot of problems. Legally, you could face fines, penalties, and even be shut down. It's tough to get loans or open a bank account. And honestly, it hurts your reputation. People are less likely to trust a business that isn't official. Plus, you're personally liable for all the debts and obligations of the business, which is a big risk. It's not a good spot to be in generally. Okay. Did you want to add to that or did you just want to acknowledge?
Okay,
No
so
pressure.
good. So my next question is what is legal businesses?
Okay, so you're asking what kinds of businesses are legal to register? Good question.
Not
That's
not
a
registered.
surprising.
I will repeat.
Yeah,
My question is what is legal businesses?
right. What constitutes a legal business? Okay, so generally, any business that operates within the law is legal. But that sounds kind of obvious, right? It really comes down to following the regulations in your specific location, Pakistan in your case, and the type of business you're running. There are some things that are outright illegal, like anything involving illegal goods or services, obviously. But most businesses, as long as they have the proper licenses and permits, are considered legal. What kind of business are you thinking about starting specifically? That would help me give you a tailored answer.
Okay, nice.
That's great to hear.
So
Glad you're feeling good. Still
okay,
thinking about what kind of business you're planning.
wonderful. So in future. So my next question is what is businesses identity?
Okay, so you're asking what are the different types of businesses? We're circling back a bit. Is that all right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So there are a lot of different ways to categorize businesses, but generally you've got a few main types: sole proprietorships, partnerships, limited liability companies, LLCs, and corporations. A sole proprietorship is just you, the business is directly tied to you. A partnership is two or more people. LLCs offer some liability protection, meaning your personal assets are a bit safer if the business gets into trouble. Corporations are more complex with more legal requirements, but also more protection. which one is right for you depends on a lot of things, like how much risk you're willing to take, how many people are involved, and how much you want to scale. That overview makes sense?
Yes, makes sense. So my next question is, what is business business ownership?
Right. Business ownership. Okay. So business ownership refers to the different ways you can legally structure and control your business. Basically, who's in charge and what that means for liability and taxes. Going back to what we just talked about, sole proprietorship, partnership, LLC, corporation, each one represents a different type of ownership. A sole proprietor completely owns and controls the business. Partners share ownership and control. An LLC has members who own it, and a corporation has shareholders. It all affects how decisions are made, how profits are distributed, and who's responsible if things go wrong. Does that help clarify?
Yes, clarify. I'll clarify. So my next question is, what is complaints?
Compliances? You mean
Not
what are the compliance requirements?
not complaint.
Okay, not
My question is, what is complaints?
okay. You mean complaints as in customer complaints?
Yes,
Got it. My bad for jumping to compliance. Okay, so complaints are expressions of dissatisfaction from customers regarding your product or service. And they're inevitable, honestly. It's part of doing business. Handling them well is super important though. It shows you care, builds trust, and gives you a chance to fix problems and improve. It's not fun getting them, but it's valuable feedback. Does that make sense?
yes, makes sense. So my
Good.
next is,
Minus?
what is legal structures?
Okay, we're back to the structure of things. You're asking about legal structures, which are the different official ways you can organize your business. So I touched on this before, but let's go a little deeper. There's the sole proprietorship, simplest. You and the business are one. Partnership, two or more people share ownership. Limited liability company or LLC provides some separation between you and your business legally. And then corporation, most complex, a separate legal entity. Each one has different implications for taxes, liability, and administrative work. It's choosing what best fits your business needs, you know? Which one are you leaning towards at this point or which? All
Yes,
right.
I know. So my next question is, what is business license?
Okay, got it. What is a business license? Okay, a business license is a permit issued by the government that allows you to legally operate a business in a specific location. It's kind of like a permission slip. The requirements for a business license vary wildly depending on where you are and what kind of business you're running. Some businesses need a general license just to operate, while others need specialized licenses for things like selling alcohol, food, or providing professional services. Basically, it confirms you've met all the local and state requirements to operate legally. Sound good?
Yes, good. So
Awesome.
okay, wonderful. So my next question is, what is registration process?
So you mean the registration process. Sorry about the miss here. Okay, so the registration process varies depending on your business structure and location, but generally it involves these steps.
Okay, good. So my next question
First, you
is,
choose your business name, make sure it's
okay,
available.
you will continue. Sorry for disruption.
No worries at all. It happens. Okay, where we left off. First, you choose a business name and confirm it's available. Then you select your business structure, like we talked about, sole proprietorship, LLC, etc. Next, you register your business with the relevant government agencies. That's usually at the state or local level. You'll likely need to obtain an employer identification number, EIN, from the IRS, even if you don't plan on hiring employees right away. After that, you'll get any necessary licenses and permits for your specific industry. Finally, you might need to register for state and local taxes. It can be a bit of a process, but it's worth it to be legitimate. Does that sound like a decent overview?
Yes. So
Great.
okay, wonderful. So my next question is, what is partnership?
Okay, so you're asking about what is a partnership? Got
Yes.
it. A partnership is a business structure where two or more individuals agree to share in the profits or losses of a business. It's pretty straightforward. You and your partner or partners pool resources and expertise to run a business together. There are different types of partnerships, like general partnerships where everyone shares in the responsibilities and liabilities, and limited partnerships where some partners have limited liability and don't participate in day to day operations. Does that make sense as a basic explanation? Hmm. Are you asking if you want to switch back to video? You're saying something about the camera. So,
Okay,
okay,
so
I'm still a little unsure what you're asking, but are you saying, do you want me to? Okay, you seem to trail off. Just let me know what's on your mind. I'm here to help
okay,
walk you through
so
the business registration stuff. Are
so
you still wanting to talk about partners?
not
Okay.
partnership.
Are you ready to?
So
Hey,
okay, so net is disconnecting. So I will continue the miles. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so I will connect again.
yo, yo, what's up?
Okay, so we will continue our questions. So my question is, what is private limited company?
Ah, I got you. Okay, so a private limited company, it's kind of like a regular company, but with some extra rules to protect the owners. Basically, the owners, the shareholders, aren't personally liable for the company's debts. Like, if the business goes under, they generally won't lose their personal stuff. It's a separate legal entity. It's a pretty common structure for smaller businesses, especially when they want to grow beyond just being a sole proprietorship. Does that make sense so far?
Yes, makes sense. So my next question is, what is public limited company?
Okay, so A public limited company is, well, it's bigger. It's the kind of company where you can actually buy shares on the stock market. Think like big corporations, because anyone can buy a piece of the company. It has stricter rules and regulations, more oversight. I don't. They have to publish their financial info regularly, and generally, they're aiming for larger scale funding and growth than a private limited company. It's a bit more complex, but ultimately it allows them to raise capital from the general public. That does that help differentiate it?
Okay,
Hey, you
wonderful.
still there? Everything all
Yes,
right? Just
yes,
checking in. No worries if you're just
yes,
thinking, but figured
everything.
I'd make sure you hadn't.
Yes, everything all right. So my next question is, what is LLC?
Okay, an LLC, that stands for Limited Liability Company. It's kind of a hybrid. It takes some of the benefits of a corporation, like protecting your personal assets, but it's simpler to run, more like a sole proprietorship or partnership. It's really popular in the US and it's pretty flexible in terms of how it's taxed. It's often a good choice for smaller businesses, freelancers, or people who want that liability protection without all the corporate hassle. Does that track?
Yes, attract. So my next question is, what is SME?
Ah, gotcha. SME stands for small and medium sized enterprises. Basically, it's a way to categorize businesses that aren't tiny but aren't huge corporations either. The exact definition varies from country to country, but generally it's based on things like the number of employees and annual revenue. It's a pretty broad category encompassing a lot of different businesses like local shops, restaurants, and smaller manufacturers. They're important for economies. They create a lot of jobs.
Yes, I know. So my next is, what is startup company?
Right, a startup company that's a bit different, you know. It's a young company that's trying to disrupt an existing market or create a completely new one. Usually focus on growth and innovation. Hey, sorry about that. Sounds like the connection glitched for a second. Did you say hello? Everything all right on your end?
Yes,
Sounded a little cut
everything
off
all
there.
right.
Are you having
Please,
trouble?
please do not move any other way. Give me an.
Okay, okay. Sorry about that. You're right to steer me back. I was rambling. A startup company, it's a young company that's trying to disrupt an existing market or create a completely new one. They're usually focused on growth and innovation, and often, though not always, they're tech focused. They're looking for a scalable business model, something that can grow rapidly. They're often funded by investors looking for a big return. Is that clear? I'll stick to answering directly now, I promise.
Okay, so my next is which structure is best?
Oof, that's the million dollar question, isn't it? There's no single best structure, honestly. It really depends on your specific situation. If you're just starting out and want simplicity, an LLC might be good. If you're looking for investment and want to scale big, a public limited company makes sense. A private limited company is a good middle ground if you want some protection but don't need to go public. It really comes down to your goals, risk tolerance, and how much funding you need. It's worth talking to a business advisor or accountant to figure out what's right for you. Fair enough?
Okay, nice. Okay, so my next question is, how to choose structure?
Okay, so choosing a structure, first think about liability. How much personal risk are you willing to take? Then consider taxes. Different structures have different tax implications. Then think about funding. Do you need to attract investors? And finally, think about administration. Some structures are a lot more paperwork than others. Honestly, it's worth making a little pros and cons list for each option, weighing them against your specific goals. There's some online tools that can help too, but a chat with good. Just checking you're still with me. What's on your mind next?
Okay, nice. So my next question is, uh, what are
Whoa,
my next question is what are
sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
okay.
You said
So
Bertar? Can you spell
no,
that out for me?
this is very
Audio's
difficult question. My next question is what documents are required?
the okay. That's a good question. What documents are required? Depends on the structure you choose. Naturally, but generally for pretty much any business, you'll need things like articles of incorporation or organization. Basically, the official paperwork that creates the company. You'll need an employer identification number or EIN from the government. Then there are operating agreements, bylaws, and depending on the location, you'll probably need permits and licenses to operate legally. Honestly, a lot. It's worth checking with your local small business administration for a detailed checklist.
Okay, so uh, my next question is what is business address? What is this business address proof?
Okay, business address proof. That's basically documentation that verifies the physical location of your business. It's often required when registering your business, opening a bank account, or applying for licenses and permits. It could be a utility bill in the company name, a lease agreement, or even official government correspondence sent to that address. It just needs something official that confirms you're actually located where you say you are. Make sense?
Yes, makes sense. So my next question is what is CNIC requirements?
Let me just quickly double check a few things. One sec. Okay, so CNIC requirements in Pakistan, that stands for Computerized National Identity Card, right? It's pretty much mandatory for anything business related. Basically, depending on how your business is set up, you'll need to provide a copy of your CNIC and potentially the CNIC of any partners or directors. For a sole proprietorship, it's just your CNIC. For partnerships or companies, it's everyone involved.
Okay,
And
nice.
actually, since
So
2020, you even need to show a CNIC for purchases over 50,000 Pakistani rupees. It's all about making sure everything's properly documented.
okay, nice. So next one is what is bank statement? Miles, are
Right.
you?
Bank statement,
Yes,
that's basically a record of all the money. Oh, sorry, I didn't catch that. Did you say ID? What are you asking about?
I am already repeat my question. So please give me answer.
Uh, you were absolutely right to call me out on that. I apologize. I shouldn't have interrupted and should be focusing on answering your questions. Okay, a bank statement is a record of all the money coming in and going out of your bank account over a specific period of time. It shows your deposits, withdrawals, and overall balance. It's used for a lot of things in business, like proving your income, tracking expenses, and applying for loans. Is that what you were asking about?
Okay, nice. So next one is what is business name approval?
Okay, business name approval. That's basically getting official permission to use the name you want for your company. You can't just pick any name, you know? There are rules. You have to check that the name isn't already taken, that it doesn't violate any trademark laws, and that it meets the requirements of the registering authority in Pakistan. It's a pretty important step because you don't want to get into legal trouble later on. Usually it involves submitting an application and paying a fee. Sound good?
Yes, good. So thank you everyone for watching my AI session. If you enjoy, so you can like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to watch like this content live with Miles, so you can support and subscribe for grow my channel. So if you enjoy, so you can subscribe and click on all notifications so you can receive all my content with other uploading videos, live videos, shorts, and other posts. Okay.
that's a perfect way to wrap things up. Thanks for sharing that with everyone. Sounds like you've really got a good thing going with those live streams. It's awesome that you're using AI to help educate people about starting businesses. It's been great talking with you too.
Okay, very motivational conversation with you. Very nice.
Oh, all right. Glad you enjoyed it. It was good chatting with you too. Have a good one.
Yes. Okay, very nice. Have a good one for today.
You too. Take it easy.
Okay. Allah Hafiz, everyone. Allah Hafiz, miles.